Good morning from Fez, northern Morocco, and it's time for me to pack up and move out and keep heading south.
I've enjoyed my little stay in Fez, 2 nights in the Riyadh Safari. It's a fascinating place. It's kind of scary as well. Easy to get lost. Everyone's on the make. Everyone's asking you for extra money. It can get a bit grating after a while as you wander around the Medina with a number of people saying, "Where are you going? I show you the way, you give me some money." But anyway, once you get used to that, and just keep saying no, it's a fascinating place. UNESCO World Heritage Site, one of many that I like to visit. And now we're on the road heading south to Midelt. It's quite cool this morning, 16 degrees. I think it's going to be even colder in Midelt, which is up in the mountains. And the weather reports have been talking about rain and sub-zero temperatures over the next few days, so that's not quite what I expected here in Morocco. But so be it. It's good to be back on the road. This is what Tigger and I do best. Beetling along. I've got 150 kilometres of fuel, so I'll be stopping fairly soon for that. It feels like the last few days we've been not making much progress, visiting a lot of places, Chefchaouen, Volubilis, and of course Fez. But for the next few days are all about racking up a few kilometres, getting further south into Morocco. Sun's come out, but Tigger's dash still says we're only 12 degrees, which probably tells us something about the altitude we're heading towards. Oh, here's the local form of transport. Little donkey that's even more heavily laden than Tigger. Just stopped here to look at the panorama. No doubt the camera will make them seem very far away, but that is one amazing panorama of mountains. This is the Atlas Mountains, folks. That's where we're headed. The little town of Juju. Okay, so the roads are getting worse now. There's still some semblance of tarmac here, but I think I'm going to be grateful for the chunky tyres before long. Okay, here we go. Look at this panorama ahead. As usual, they'll look a long way away on the camera. But over there, that's the high Atlas Mountains. Those are the ones with snow on the top. Oh, time to stop for a coffee, I think. That was a nice little stop for lunch, actually quite a good lunch. 60 dirhams, which is, what, €6. Met up with Hans and his wife, I think she said her name's Therese. They're from Switzerland, and he's riding a Triumph Rocket 3. That is some bike. That is some bike to be touring Morocco on. They're going the same direction as me and stopping in the same places for the next couple of days. So we've exchanged contacts and we might meet up again later. Nice chap. Okay, let's go to Midelt. Just pulled over here for the photo op. Landscape's getting much more barren and deserty up here, and of course we've got those snow-capped mountains in the background, which I don't know whether they'll come across on the camera. I hope they do. Just coming into Midelt, obviously, from the sign. No idea what this town's like, to be honest. But I've got an Airbnb here for tonight. Moving on further south tomorrow.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Nice, welcome to Midelt.
Yeah, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So here we are in Midelt. Nice little room, little shower room, toilet here. And this morning I had to carry all my panniers and bags about a quarter of a mile to get them to where Tigger was garaged. But today, this is where Tigger is. Well, good morning from here in Midelt, central Morocco. Had a good day's ride yesterday. Today we're going to ride together along the route down to Air Rich then up over a mountain pass and down into Tinghir. It's going to be quite a long day. It's meant to be one of the great roads to ride. Several Moroccan people have said, oh, you must ride that road. So we're going to ride it today together. First of all, though, I've got to get packed up. I'll get some breakfast. There's a slight problem here in the Airbnb this morning that there's no water. I guess that's a problem of being near the desert, I don't know. Get packed up, get Tigger packed up, eat some breakfast, and then pop over and meet Hans-Jörg.
Okay, and we're off. That was a pleasant night. Stay there with Mohammed. And my only problem was that there was no water in the taps this morning, so I'm away without a shower. He apologised for that. One of the other guests had turned the water off because the tap was dripping. And so they turned the water off to all the rooms. But anyway, not to worry. So I'm off now just to around the corner to meet up with Hans-Jörg and Teresa, and then we're going to head off to try and find the Todra Gorge. Mohammed says the road is very bad. I think Tigger will cope with it. I don't know how Hans-Jörg is going to get along riding a Triumph Rocket 3. That's going to be a bit of a challenge maybe, but we'll see. I think that's why he wants to chum along with me. Good morning.
No, okay.
So we've decided that I'm going to lead because I've got Garmin with a Morocco SD card, whereas Hans-Jörg requires signals from Teresa behind. She holds the she holds the iPhone and navigates from behind. So we think my navigation is probably more reliable for this route. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to go off first. Whole new road through the mountains to take us as far as Rich, including sheep and including roadworks. But I think the road from Rich will not be quite like this. Quite a cold wind here. Tigger's dash says 9 degrees C, and we haven't really started the climb yet. So it's going to get pretty chilly near the top, I think. Interesting, the mountains in the distance have disappeared behind what I think is a dust storm coming. Don't know how bad it's going to get. Obviously I'm not familiar with quite how these things go. It's not really affecting me just yet, but I can see it's there. Getting difficult to see anything in the distance because of the dust storm that's blowing, but we're about to turn off the main road onto the little mountain pass for the rest of the day, I think. Whether we can actually do it under these circumstances remains to be seen. Hans-Jörg and Teresa are still with me, and if they can do it on a Rocket 3 2 up, then I'm pretty sure I can do it on a Triumph Tiger with knobbly tyres. So we've just come through Air Ridge, we're out the other side now, and we're on to the road that is meant to be very interesting. I'm not sure how interesting or in what particular ways, but we'll find out. So the sign I've just passed says that to Tinghir is 225 kilometres along this road, and what Garmin is saying is that in 110 we turn on to the unpaved section. Oh dear, what have I put myself in for? Well, the road's definitely getting interesting now. It's still tarmac, just. Hans-Jörg's still behind me. See him there in the mirrors. Now, before I came to Morocco, somebody had told me that you've got to watch out as you go through the towns because all the kids like to throw stones at motorbike riders. So far, nothing could be further from the truth. All I've had from kids, and there are a lot of kids all hanging around the schools, but they're all waving and cheerful. Looks to me like the dust storm is clearing a little bit. I can actually see the horizon again. It's getting clearer every minute, so hopefully we're past that particular issue. Surface is getting worse. There's bits where there's no tarmac, like here there's no tarmac on this bit, but according to Garmin there's still another 50 miles before we get to what it calls the unpaved road. Hans-Jörg still seems to be coping. Rocket 3 is not an ideal motorbike for these kinds of conditions.
I thought they will be very happy to stand. Special.
We have 40 kilometres of good road, and then we start the bad road.
Okay, 40 good road and bad. Good one.
Just a little rest stop and we're off again. It's getting hot, 23 degrees Tigger says, so much hotter than when we started off. So we've shed a few layers, had some water to drink, and we press on. I think the road's going to get worse, not better, but Hans-Jörg and Therese seem still up for it. Oh, and here's one of these vans. I've been trying to catch one of these on the camera. There you go, transit van with a roof rack, and what's in the roof rack? A flock of sheep. Amazing. That's how you carry them around out here.
British.
British, yes.
Yeah. Trump Tigger. Allah Allah.
Yeah.
British accent.
So just stop there in Agadir for a coffee. Altitude here, we checked it, it's 2,339 metres. It's much, much higher up than any of us thought. Agadir is the north end of the Todra Gorge road. So I was just asking some of the other bikers there whether they had done that road and what they thought of it. And they were all saying you should be able to do it on Tigger, and it's easier going from Agadir down to Balmenda rather than going the other way, which would be uphill all the way. They said going downhill all the way is a lot easier. So I'll put that in the memory bank and we'll consider that as an option for tomorrow or maybe the next day or something. I don't know. Need to think about it. So from Agadir we're coming down now. We're in the top part of the Todra Gorge and we're going to come down into the Todra Gorge fairly soon. That's another one of the poster children of Morocco. Most of the coach tours will take tourists to the Todra Gorge, but not up this high. Wow, look at that view. Well, you look at the view. I'll look at the road. Just going past a massive construction project, which is the Todra Gorge Dam, and it's incomplete. There's no water behind the dam yet. And as we come down into the Todra Gorge, you can see there's no water flowing down here at all. I guess they're trying to build it up behind the dam. But at the moment there isn't any water. There's no water around to fill the dam. Nothing flowing. Just be a matter of time, I suppose.
One night.
One night view.
Yes. And tomorrow we go in the mountain, but we saw the meteo, and
there is some snow.
Oh,
Very cold tomorrow.
in Dades.
Yes.
Have you been there? No.
Yes,
not
it was
today,
cold.
but tomorrow.
But not that cold.
Yeah, just been there.
Yes, today no problem. Tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, you have to
some
go
snow.
today. That's the problem.
Oh.
You come from Dades?
We came from Agadir.
Agudal. Okay,
Yeah.
Agudal. Okay.
Well, we came from Midelt and then down through Agadir.
Okay.
How was the weather?
That was good. Yeah. Cold, high up from the mountain, but not bad.
It's the bodyguard
10
and
degrees.
he's the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, they just riding. Yeah, they are young or fast and it's crazy.
And we're old and slow. Well, here I am, Hotel Timbuktu in Tinghir. What a day's ride that was. That was incredible. The altitude we got to was 2,339 meters above sea level. It was quite cold up there. I just saw the northern end of the Todra Gorge road and chatted to some of the bikers there. That was fantastic. I've got a message here now to say that the Todra Gorge road is going to get blizzards and snow tomorrow, so still got to decide what I'm going to do tomorrow and where I'm going to be tomorrow night. But for now, that's it for today. Nice comfy room. Looking forward to a good night's sleep. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.